In the small town of Willowbrook, nestled between dark, looming woods and an eerie, abandoned mansion, lived a young boy named Tommy. Tommy was an adventurous spirit, often venturing into the woods with his friends to play. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Tommy found himself alone, chasing his errant ball deep into the heart of the forest. The evening mist shrouded the trees, casting sinister shadows upon the forest floor. Tommy's heart raced as the wind whispered through the branches, creating ghostly sounds that sent shivers down his spine. Ignoring his growing unease, he pressed on, desperate to find his ball and return home before darkness swallowed him whole. As he ventured deeper into the woods, a strange hush fell over the surroundings. The normally lively forest seemed to hold its breath, and the dense canopy above blocked out most of the fading light. Tommy's once bold steps turned timid as he felt an ominous presence lurking just beyond his line of sight. A rustling sound nearby made him turn sharply. His ball rolled into a small clearing, surrounded by gnarled trees with twisted branches that seemed to reach for him like skeletal fingers. Swallowing his fear, Tommy approached the ball, but a bone-chilling gust of wind knocked it away before he could grab it. Heart pounding, Tommy couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. He called out for his friends, hoping they had followed him into the woods. Instead, the only response he received was the echo of his own voice bouncing off the trees. Night descended rapidly, and Tommy's surroundings transformed into a dark abyss. Panic set in as he realized he was utterly lost, disoriented in a place he had once known so well. He tried retracing his steps but found that the path behind him had vanished, swallowed by the suffocating darkness. Every rustle and whisper seemed amplified, heightening his anxiety. Shadows danced menacingly, and the distant howl of an unseen creature chilled him to the bone. It felt as though an unseen force toyed with him, luring him deeper into the labyrinthine woods. Tommy's breath quickened, and he stumbled upon a desolate clearing where the old, decrepit mansion loomed, its broken windows staring back at him like hollow eyes. The rumors of the mansion being cursed and haunted had always scared him, but now he had no choice but to face it. With trepidation, he crossed the threshold, his eyes adjusting to the dim light inside. The air hung heavy with a stale, sickly smell that made his stomach churn. Paintings lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow his every move. Creaking floorboards added to the haunting ambience, and an inexplicable dread settled in Tommy's heart. The boy's ball rested in the center of the mansion's grand hall, surrounded by a circle of candles that flickered mysteriously despite the absence of wind. Trembling, he reached out to retrieve the ball, but an unseen force seemed to hold him back, as if warning him of dire consequences. Suddenly, the mansion's silence shattered with a blood-curdling scream that echoed through the halls. Tommy's heart raced, and he felt an icy hand grip his shoulder. He turned around to see a ghostly figure staring at him, its eyes hollow pits of despair. Terror overcame him, and he bolted from the mansion, leaving the ball behind. As he ran, the woods seemed to contort and twist around him, the trees closing in like a suffocating maze. He stumbled upon a hidden path and followed it, praying it would lead him home. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, he emerged from the woods, gasping for breath and covered in sweat. The town's lights welcomed him, and he sprinted toward his house, slamming the door shut behind him. Tommy never spoke of what he saw in those woods, but the horrors of that night haunted him for the rest of his life. From then on, the once bold boy avoided the woods altogether, forever lost in the shadows of that harrowing experience. Rumors circulated through the town about the haunted mansion, and the legend of a boy who had ventured in but never returned became a cautionary tale for the daring. And as the years passed, the woods claimed other unsuspecting souls who dared to test its malevolent boundaries, leaving the town of Willowbrook forever gripped in fear.